Former government minister Dwyer Astaphan is criticizing Finance Minister Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris for not having appointed tax commissioners to facilitate appeal objections of unpaid taxes to the government. Mr. Astaphan, who was addressing the issue in his latest commentary on Freedom Radio, pointed to the latest auditor's report, which revealed there are nearly $120 million in unpaid taxes to the government.
The share owing to inland revenue being about $85 million, and some of those arrears go back a number of years. Let's deal with the inland revenue. What some of these big people who owe the big money do is they object or ask for a review of the tax statement. That review is done by the Comptroller of Inland Revenue, and he makes a decision. But his decision is not final. The taxpayer, or the person who is not paying the tax, the person who is challenging the tax statement, can appeal to the income tax commissioners, whose main function is to hear appeals by taxpayers who disagree with decisions by the Comptroller. The right of appeal of a decision by the Comptroller of Inland Revenue to the tax commissioners has not happened. You know why? Because there are no tax commissioners. Do you believe that? Whose duty is it to ensure that tax commissioners are appointed? Section 36, subsection 2 of the Income Tax Act, chapter 20.22 states, and I quote, "The minister, that is the Minister of Finance, that's Timothy, shall appoint commissioners for the purpose of having appeals against assessments and performing such other duties as may be assigned to them by this act." The Minister of Finance and Prime Minister, Timothy Harris, has not appointed tax commissioners.
Mr. Astaphan suggests that the lack of tax commissioners also has impact on severance payment claims.
They are also empowered under the Protection of Employment Act, Chapter 18.27, to hear appeals by an employer against decisions by the Labour Commissioner with regard to severance payment claims. So without the tax commissioners, that critical aspect of the appellate process, that important step in the pursuit of justice in the workplace, cannot be completed. Again, what does that tell you about the person occupying the position of Minister of Finance? What other things have him so preoccupied that he cannot perform these fundamental and critically important duties?
SK Newsline has confirmed that presently there are no tax commissioners in place. We will continue to monitor this developing story. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.